to have a topic spoken about on our show, please email us at Hey, it's Suka Real Talk After Dark Radio, Lady Rush, 718, Julius Caesar Comedy. Come check us out every Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday. We are here to give y'all the best topics, best artists, hottest videos, and hottest music from the latest independent artists on Real Talk After Dark Radio. Subscribe to our channel, follow, and please, if you like to have a topic spoken about on our show, please email us at globalmusicent@gmail.com. That's globalmusicent@gmail.com. Get a piece of the show, get a piece of the laughter, the communities and the unsung get shine. Hey, it's Suka Real Talk After Dark Radio, Lady Rush, 718, Julius Caesar Comedy. Come check us out every Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday. We are here to give y'all the best topics, best artists, hottest videos, and hottest music from the latest independent artists on Real Talk After Dark Radio. Subscribe to our channel, follow, and please, if you like to have a topic spoken about on our show, please email us at globalmusicent. Hey, it's Suka Real Talk After Dark Radio, Lady Rush, 718, Julius Caesar Comedy. Come check us out every Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday. We are here to give y'all the best topics, best artists, hottest videos, and hottest music from the latest independent artists on Real Talk After Dark Radio. Subscribe to our channel, follow, and please, if you like to have a topic spoken about on our show, please email us at globalmusicent@gmail.com. That's globalmusicent@gmail.com. Get a piece of the show, get a piece of the laughter.
Yeah, we just wanna have fun. Hello, girl, what you doing tonight? Time to go. Come on, we got a flight to catch. Stop, please. Stop. Get ready.
Standing in the mirror, remind myself after a long week. Boss lady, my business is on fleek. I said my house is clean, kids are cared for. Yeah, got my money, but a lady just needs more. I said I'm feeling like a hot tamale, and I'm ready to party. Yeah, sanded butter on my body, and I'm ready to roll. I said, ladies, I'm feeling myself. So turn off your phones, we have a flight to catch, and leave all your troubles at home. Cause girls wanna have fun. Girls just 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 wanna have fun. Me and my girls are hanging after a long week. Girls just wanna have fun. 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 Me and my girls are hanging after a long week. Money in the bank, vacation is on fleek. We're in the streets, out in the bars, yeah, and the fellas all day looking all so neat. I said, Jump in the drop top. Let me see you move your good thing, baby. Today is the day, 'cause it's 90 degrees out, and girls wanna have fun. Girls just 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 wanna have fun. We wanna have fun, girls. Girls just wanna have fun. We wanna have fun. Girls just wanna have fun. Girls, let me hear you. Girls just wanna have fun. Girls just wanna have fun. Audience wasn't ready. Y'all were. Hey, guys. Woo! It is April 18th, 2 days before 420. Okay, so we just want to snap it up for 420 coming. Welcome, guys. welcome to Get Low Mo. I missed you guys. I missed you guys so much. I'm sorry I had to take a mental health break. You know, life is happening and we all have to take mental health breaks and make sure that we do that self-care. We got a really dope show for you tonight on the Get Low Mo show. First and foremost, with all the excitement on tonight's show for conflict resolution, we have my producer, Suki Sook. So welcome her, please, because she is the woman behind all this magic that you guys get to see when I'm up here on the show. Hey, Sook, say what's up to the audience.
Hi, y'all. How y'all doing? Thanks for welcoming me to the Get Low with Mo show tonight. And I'm so excited. I've never been on air with you. I've always called maybe as a guest or just behind the scenes. But yes, so tonight, you ready to talk?
I am ready to talk. So before we jump into all this deliciousness and goodness that we are going to talk about, we always start out here at the Get Low Mo show with the mantra. I know one thing, Amarion, you need to reach out, okay? Because I am carrying this mantra like you wouldn't believe, okay? And I still have to read it, guys. I'm not ashamed. Okay? So, really fast. And if you will, Suki Sook, will you be the voice of the audience and just kind of repeat the mantra, and you will speak for everyone tonight. Is everybody okay with that? Because we got you on Instagram, we got you on Facebook.
So we're going to repeat right after you?
Yes.
Okay,
and you're going to be speaking for all these platforms for everybody tonight. All right?
Okay.
So the mantra is, my mind is brilliant.
My mind is brilliant.
My body is healthy.
My body is healthy.
My spirit is tranquil.
My spirit is tranquil.
I create my own path and walk it with joy.
I create my own path and walk it with joy.
My positive thoughts guide me to new heights.
My positive thoughts guide me to new heights.
I'm conquering my fears and becoming stronger each day.
I'm conquering my fears and becoming stronger each day.
I will have a good day because it is my choice.
I will have a good day because it is my choice.
And my favorite part, I am not afraid to be wrong.
And I'm not afraid to be wrong.
All right, here we go now. Get Low Mo show has officially started. We're not afraid to be wrong.
Yes, now. And cheers to you.
Yes. You know, I am so lacking tonight. I am not. I should have my drink, but you know, life was happening, and I was cleaning baby rooms and babysitting. But you know, enough of that. So sip for me.
Yeah.
Maybe we have an intermission. I go grab me a little something.
Yes, and everybody, please remember, if you want to get into the chat, you have to subscribe to the channel so you could chat with us, so we can know what's on your mind and what you're saying. Okay.
So that you guys out there at Instagram know what's going on. If you would like to join us on the chat for Global Music Entertainment, please go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and subscribe.
Yes.
And they are subscribing to Global Music Entertainment.
Yes, Global Music Entertainment Inc., just like the title in back of me right here. You
Okay.
guys can go and subscribe to YouTube over there. We're not on Facebook tonight, but we are on YouTube, and you guys can come and share us
So
on
did you
Facebook.
snatch me? Because I totally logged in through Facebook.
Oh no, you can do that. You can log in through Facebook once you have the ID to get in.
Oh, so
Yes.
am I not airing on Facebook then?
You're not airing on Facebook, but you can share this to Facebook.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
Listen,
yes,
I'm okay.
yes,
I'm down for whatever. So
yes.
tonight we are not streaming on Facebook. We are streaming here live. Like I have two
Yes,
cameras. We're
we
streaming
want
here
to send
live.
a shout out to Judah Auto Sales. He's tuning into the show. He
Okay,
said,
Judah
"What's up?"
Auto Sales.
He
Thank you for
said,
being here.
"What they do, what they do." Okay.
Please, yes,
Yes,
thank you. We love that you are here. So, for
yes.
those of you out there in Instagram, please, if you want to join the chat, please go to Global Music Entertainment on YouTube, subscribe, and once you subscribe, you can ask all the questions you want. You can link in with Suki Sook, my awesome producer, and myself, and ask us any questions you want. So, we're going to jump right into this tonight because there are a couple of things that are happening in our surrounding areas that are kind of taking up the airwaves, and there are different narratives that have sprouted about these different issues, and we're here to do the same, just kind of put our 2 cents that we don't owe
Mhm.
anyone out there into it, and it's really important. So the first thing we're going to tap into tonight is the war in Ukraine. So lately I've been seeing a lot of ads in the media about please help Ukraine. Please help Ukraine. And in a previous show, Sook, I brought to the audience the idea of what it meant to actually help the Ukrainians. Now, while nationally they're asking for help, what I've seen behind the scenes is mind blowing because the people that look like me are being held captive in this country, and they're being done in such a way that is inhumane. But this country is asking for help to help the people there that look like them. So it's really a conflict. It's a conflict that I think we should address tonight. And I want to know what people think. I want to know if you guys are paying attention, if you're watching what is being asked of us to send money through Save the Children or Feed the World or whatever that scammy shit that's out there that just wants to help a bunch of white people. And I want to be clear. I am not racist. You understand? I have a family. We have family that uh is consisted of a plethora of people. However, it is so disheartening that the people in Ukraine, everyone in Ukraine is not getting the same type of support. So, Sue, what are you thinking about this? What are your thoughts out there about this whole national stance to help the Ukraine?
Yeah. I see. See, it's very important. Hold on. I'll be right back.
So the reason I bring these things to you because I'm paying attention. I'm watching what's happening, and I have empathy for people in general. People in general, I care about people. So if anyone's being hurt, white, black, Chinese, Pakistan, I don't care what you are. It affects me in a way where I feel the need to help. I am that person. If I see someone who is in need of help, it is in me to provide that service if I am able. So the fact that this country is asking for help on a national scale while enslaving other people or prohibiting other people from uh, moving toward the same type of freedom or safety that they are seeking is really disheartening. And in America, I've watched America chase people who they consider to be immigrants,
I'm back.
aliens,
Sorry about that.
out this
Hmm.
country, chase them on horses, have whips behind them, okay, and people drowning with their babies, and this country was like, no, we are not going to have them come in. And now it's like, please, we need to help them come to our country. All of this is a smack in the face. Am I the only one feeling smacked in the face? Can somebody come and tell me how you feeling? I need to know how you're feeling.
Um, um, frankly, hold
Tiffany?
on. Yeah, so basically, I'm just having all different type of crazy things going on right now. Basically, it's the war. I don't know what sense is the war, but I'm looking at it as if it's something crazy, and it doesn't make any sense to me. You understand what I'm saying?
So a lot of what's going on with this war, I would like to point out for at least the Americans. I can't speak for the entire country. For the Americans, a lot of what's being put out there is distorted. The same way China controls what their mass amount of population gets to see or view, I believe the same thing is happening here in the United States. We all know the media and the government and all these things are tied in. And yes, you have some very bold people who are out there willing to expose the truth because they know it's the right thing to do. And then this social media platform is just really taking off with the whistleblowers. They're talking about scams with burying people when they die. They're telling you not to give these funeral homes your money. They're showing how they're handling the bodies once you have left the place. They are just
And
please go ahead. Go ahead.
they're right. They're right. Because what's the sense of spending money for a grave and a coffin that you're putting your loved one into the grave with? And then before you know it, when you turn your back, they're dug up out of there and something else is put in there. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is really going on. That's why it's very important. Yes. My mom is against cremation. Okay. She's against it. And I'm against being buried in the ground
Okay, so
because
that's a conflict.
yes, it is. And
That's a
so you know, there are a lot of grounds that were rebuilt over decades from after they were cemeteries. What type of sanctuary? You're not respecting the grounds that you buried the people in. You understand? You're building over their cemeteries. There are Indian cemeteries built over. There are old slavery cemeteries built over. We have apartment buildings. People are living on top of them. That takes you back to the movie Poltergeist.
Oh wow. So the conflict, and I just want to make sure that you people out there on Instagram don't feel like I'm ignoring you, but there's a
Mhm.
lot of conversation over here about the respecting of land and how people are treated once they're buried, and
Yeah,
you know
it's not
how
cool. So
the
I
organizations
don't,
move.
I don't blame people get buying a beautiful urns, and getting their loved one cremated. Throw some of their ashes in the ocean, because the ocean does. That's the best place you can put your body at. Because guess what? That ocean is respected. Nobody's building over the ocean.
This is true. This is true. So I just want to keep it where we're going right now with
Uh
this whole
huh.
Ukraine thing. I would love to hear from the public. I just want to shout out, a couple of people who decided to join us: Cesare, Copeland, Queen Nia, the Diploma Marie, Dipala Marie, and Zoo Boy. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Always on Conflict Mondays, we got a conversation about things that need to be talked about. And this is really important, people. The Ukraine war is in our backyard, okay? There are different talks about aid that is being given to this country in order for them to either succeed in this war. Unfortunately, I should uh further educate myself on why this war is even taking place, or what propaganda is being put in front of me on
Mm-hmm.
why this war is taking
Yes.
place.
Yes.
Um, we all know that this illusion that we live in, that we are free, um, I love it. I love it. I live in the matrix too. However, I do understand that at some point, at any point where the government needs to utilize bodies as collateral, they're going to do that. 9/11, the Pentagon, so many instances in America's history has shown us how collateral damage is the necessary key to moving to the next point in capitalism. So we got to keep our eyes open. You understand what I'm saying? There is a lot of
And
propaganda about help Ukraine, but when you see these back videos in Ukraine, they
yeah.
are hurting Africans. They are
Oh,
prohibiting Africans from exiting the country or even moving about the country. Won't even let them use the trains that are locally um, provided. You understand what I'm saying?
wow.
So,
I haven't. This is the first time I've heard that. In
oh
Ukraine?
man, if I can, I will find the footage, but there is some footage. It's in my inbox, I believe, for my messenger, where it's just really disheartening. You see a band of Ukrainians holding their arms together, creating sort of a human chain, prohibiting Africans from getting on to a train that I believe was either leaving, out of that state and, to whatever safety, and these people were being prohibited from doing so. Then there was another video where these African people were being assaulted and pushed off of a bus. So again, everything matters is the point that I want to make here. And before we're jumping out the window and sending aid to these places, I need us to be mindful on who we're sending the aid to.
Very
Are the
important.
people who look like us getting the aid that the world is calling for? Because we all know the answer to that. So this is pretty much rhetorical, but I just want us to be mindful really fast before we move on, because I don't want to spend too much time on the Ukraine thing. We need to do more homework. So come next Monday, Conflict Mondays, we're going to see, if we have educated ourselves just a little bit more, to give some more, because it's an ongoing thing. So there's something that always can be updated.
Yeah, but it's always great to give, but you have to make sure that you're giving it to the right people, like it's going to the right people.
This is
Because
true.
every time there's crisis that comes up, every time a situation comes up, people find a way to make money off of it. And then
Yes.
I think that is very sad. You understand? Because this is a crisis. It's a situation. Like just like our situation in the train station and the subway last week that we had. Soon as the situation happened, Uber hiked up their prices. That I feel that is inconsiderate.
Oh.
It's a crisis that went on, and then all of a sudden now you want to take the people's money that the crisis happened to.
So are we giving Uber the big hee haw because during the shooting that took place in Brooklyn, while people were trying to get out to safety and get away, Uber hiked up their prices to get to safety? Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah.
So would you like to give Uber the big hee haw for being so inconsiderate
Yeah.
as to want more money to get us to
Yes.
safety?
Yes. Yes. And that's sad. That's very sad. Okay, because that's the first thing they said. I mean, they said it on the news. They said, "Damn, Uber's prices went hiked up as soon as the incident was announced."
Something else to talk about. Recently there was a young man who was brutally stabbed to death by his Instagram girlfriend. And this Instagram hottie who stabbed him to death happened to be a white girl, and he was a black boy.
Is
Middle
that?
name was His middle name was Toby, by the way.
Oh my gosh!
So
What? Yes.
I watched this story as the photos came out of the young lady like sitting in like a corner or on a windowsill with her hands uh cuffed behind her back, it appeared, and she had blood all over her. Okay. Um Apparently she was abused by this young man, and I'm not sure how she ended up stabbing him because I never read into the story. Unfortunately, I wasn't that interested. Until the other day, I came across a letter, sort of a love letter to Black women, and it went on to read about how this young man had such a nasty disdain. This African young man has such a nasty disdain for Black women. And some comments he made was publicized on Twitter and Facebook. And the lady just pretty much wrote that his family has a GoFundMe to bury him. However, his Instagram image was all about this lavish lifestyle. He had nothing but Michael Mary, Gucci, Fendi, all this expensive clothes. They lived an expensive lifestyle, him and the young lady. So the fact that his family now put together a GoFundMe to bury him was kind of puzzling. And the writer wanted to urge Black women all over the world not to give to this GoFundMe because of the disdain that this young man had for Black
About
women.
black women. Yes, I know who you're talking about. Yep.
Okay. Conflict. So the conflict question for me was, do we still show each other support even though the one who's asking for the support did not show that same type of empathy, courtesy, consideration for you? Do you still uh what what would what would Yeshua do? Huh? This is a good question. Where's my L? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. So I told y'all we start. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Oh no, it's there, it's there.
Hey.
So, what would Yeshua do? You know what I mean? So that was another conflict that I wanted to bring to you guys. I just want your opinion on this. And
But
know that if you are not able to join us, maybe you're working, maybe you got a bunch of kids, because I know I got a bunch of badass kids. Please comment, leave a comment on the Instagram, leave a comment on the YouTube, and just let us know what you think, because this is why we're bringing this to you guys. We want to know what you think. Okay. And I think that Conflict Mondays is starting off pretty good. These conversations, people are probably not even thinking about these things, but I just want y'all to know, while living in the matrix, keep your ear to the ground, keep your eyes on a swivel, because you'll have tanks and stuff rolling through your neighborhood, and you'll be like, what the hell's going on? Then everybody busting in your door, and they be like, no, it can't happen. Listen, anything's possible when you dealing with conglomerates, and the government is a conglomerate. They are forceful. They are um a force to be reckoned with, but we are gonna have to stand or die, do or die, man.
hey, the story princess say, hey y'all, hey story princess.
Hey, Story Princess, thank you for joining us. Um, topics on the table: Ukraine war, Instagram shorty who killed the Black man. Should Black women stay away from supporting that situation?
I
We
mean,
want to know these things.
after somebody has bashed your kind so bad, um, it's hard to even think about that person, or even it is because you like, wow, but the same, he bashed us, but his woman killed him. His woman of choice killed him. Is that what it is?
So if I'm going to be all the way honest, What I saw him say, what I saw him say was he didn't like the girl or the way she was acting. Maybe there's more to read. I don't know. That's what I saw. Right? Happy early 420. So what I will say is, if he didn't like black girls, that's his business. That is
Mm-hmm.
totally his business.
Mm-hmm.
However, it is important for us as human beings to make decisions on whether, because people are doing us wrong every day. Are we helping or not? Do we help the Ukraine, even though they're treating the people who look like us
I mean,
like shit?
I
You know,
mean, you got to help the people that are going through stuff, and everybody. Listen, there's different groups that believe in situations, and there's groups that don't believe in those situations,
this is
and
true.
you can't punish other people because of somebody else's doing. At
This
the
is
end of the
true.
day, they're
This
not standing there. It's a group of people, the Ukrainians. But there's a group of people who don't like Africans and they're mistreating them, and it shouldn't make the Ukrainians that's not part of that group suffer at the end of the day. It's not all the Ukrainians doing it. You understand where I'm coming from?
I do. I do understand where you're coming from. However, it's sort of it's a moral question now. It's a moral question. What do you do morally? What do you do morally?
I can't.
So,
Judah
um,
is a mess.
we're not here to. Um,
Mm.
I'm sorry, I got a little choked up. We're not here to tell you what you should think. That's not what we're here for. Am I right, Suki Sook? We're not here
Mm.
to tell people what to think, but we're
No, we're
just
not.
here to ask you to think.
Hmm.
That's it.
Just think
Just
about
to
it.
think. Think about it. What would it mean if these things, begin to affect you? And in some ways, they have affected us. With these gas prices, with the hike and everything. When it seems like when the country start fighting, we start paying. Don't y'all
Oh,
realize that
yes, yes. I told you the prices go up,
the
honey.
country start fighting,
Yes.
we start
So,
paying.
speaking of countries fighting, I want to
Let's talk
speak of
about it.
I want to speak of couples fighting. I want to speak of relationships and couples being together and how much respect they're supposed to have for each other's boundaries. And how do we treat our marriage when we're in a marriage? Does the
Mm,
outsiders need to know that it's affected? Or does
mm,
the outside need to know that me, your wife, or me, your husband, is so infected that we're infecting our relationship and bringing it out to public and showing exactly what we're doing to each other? And the
So,
reason the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm not here to bash Jada Pickett. I know people go through shit, but Jada has really shown me a wife that keeps throwing her husband up under the bus. You
we
understand what
have
I'm
really doing
saying?
Jada Pickett, y'all.
I'm sorry, and I have to bring this up because he slaps Chris Rock in the face. But the look you gave your husband, okay, you didn't say with your mouth, get up and go smack him. No, you didn't. But if looks could kill, it looked like that's exactly what you were looking for. Your man gets up, goes slaps Chris Rock in the face. Then weeks later or days later, after the situation happened, your wife comes on TV and tells them, I am very unhappy on what Will has done to Chris Rock. Then, not even that. Allegedly, okay, after the entanglement situation that she's dealing with her son's friend. I hope you knew that, right? Augustine was her son's friend.
I just recently heard that
Uh-huh.
information.
So now her allegedly her son has exposed that she's still messing and dealing with Augustine 4 days ago. Okay? So now allegedly I don't think it's allegedly because I heard her say it with her mouth. She said she didn't want to get married. because she got pregnant, her mother like talked to her and felt like her mother forced her into getting married. Okay. And then she said she never she wanted the baby, or she didn't want the baby. She wasn't sure. It was all this stuff like she didn't want his baby. So unfortunately they got married. That's how she's saying it. That's the way she's saying it to me, in my opinion. That's the way it sounds to me in many words, even if she didn't say it in that way. Okay. I didn't want to marry him. I didn't want to do this. What does that sound like?
It sounds like someone who's outgrown a relationship.
Or someone who didn't like that person in the first place. And because they loved them, they stayed around. But then again, you have your daughter who made a tweet a couple of years ago asking Tupac to come back if he's alive, so her mother could be happy again. What does that girl know about Tupac? She wasn't even born around there to know if the mother was in a relationship with him or not. And so basically, you're sitting here when your husband's not around, you're crying and driving your daughter's heart crazy over you how much you love Tupac. That's what it sounds to me for the little girl to sound a letter like that. Kids are very sarcastic and they don't know they're being sarcastic. But it says, Mr. Tupac, can you please come back so my mother can be happy again?
I
So you
mean,
you told that child something about you being unhappy because Tupac wasn't around for her to write a letter that way. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
I do. I do. I
Uh,
think I just don't pay enough attention to Willie
okay.
J.
And now Will is being sued by Chris Rock. Did you see the situation before Chris Rock got slapped? Did you see Jada's face before he got slapped?
With all the videos circulating, I saw a few different angles that appeared to show a snare that she had given him. That much I had viewed.
What did you take the snare as? Because Will was laughing at first.
If I'm going to be honest, it's hard for me to speculate what she was snaring at. She could have been snaring at the fact that he was making joke about her. She could have been snaring at the fact that Will was laughing about it. She could have been snaring at the fact that, you know, she was uncomfortable with the joke. It's so many speculations on why she was snaring. However, I think that he, like the audiences around, took it as a call to action, like, you better do something, and maybe that could have just been the ego and the mental perception that the person had because of the boil over and the things that had taken place in uh recent times with the entanglement with August. I don't know.
So right now,
um there was a video that was on TikTok. I was wondering if you had it.
a what?
There was a video circulating, and
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had it
Oh, what
about
video
the
is this?
entanglement with August.
The repeat song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've heard it. I don't have it. No, I didn't
Oh
get it.
man.
It's
Yeah.
just, I mean, so now she's telling the tabloids that she's unhappy that Will did that to Chris Rock, that was the wrong move of her husband to do. How do you
Well, it
feel
was.
about this right here? No, I
It.
understand to you it was, but for the
I
wife,
mean, it was the wrong time. It
yo,
was the wrong
yo,
time.
yo,
You know what I'm saying?
yo,
You know what I'm saying?
yo.
It was
Oh
the
my
wrong
God.
time.
How much
Maybe
more?
not the
Do
wrong
you want
move.
to fit in with Chris Rock now? Why don't you say, Chris Rock, it's all right that you called me G.I. Jane. It was no problem. I wasn't unhappy with it. My husband overreacted. That's what you're saying.
but she was proud when he said, "Keep my wife's name
Oh,
out your
and
fucking
she
mouth."
smiled then.
That should be a line
She
in the movie, man.
smiled then.
That should
G.I.
really be a
Jane
line in the
smiled
movie.
then.
Tyler Perry should make a movie
But
called
do
"Keep
you
My
know the
Wife's
joke?
Name."
The joke was not about her hair. The joke was because the lady that played G.I. Jane had an entanglement with a younger guy as well. So it so happened you cut your hair because of the alopecia. You and Jane, or whatever, G.I. Jane, fell in the same category.
Well, her name is Demi Moore,
Yes, Demi Moore with
and she
Ashton
was
Kutcher.
married to
With
Ashton
Ashton
Kutcher
Kutcher.
for like 8 years.
Yeah, they lasted a long time.
And
But it
then
was an
he got with
entanglement
somebody.
before they got married. It was an
She got with
entanglement during
somebody.
the
He got
movie.
with somebody his own age, Mila Kunis, and they now have children.
So I really think Jada is mistreating Will very badly. I think that's verbal as
Well, we
mental
don't we
abuse.
don't know what type of
No, we don't know what type of relationship they
erectile
had.
dysfunction they may be
Yes.
dealing with,
Hold
and
on. Yes, yes. Listen.
he got the Fresh Prince, but he don't got the French dick.
Yeah. I understand that part. You see, this is when you should
Uh,
have decided at the beginning, before you had children, that it wasn't that wasn't your preference.
but
But
you
you
got
went along maybe for the money,
listen. She had her own money, as far as I know.
not as much as Will. What?
Oh wow, did you catch that?
Yes, I did. It
Oh
said
wow,
they said it was something. I heard he
they
something
did.
something.
They did.
Yes.
I
What would they?
will.
Yes. Can we please have that? Right.
I
Yes.
will repeat
Yes. Thank you.
what was said,
Yes. Thank you very
and I
much.
quote: "Bitches love spending niggas' money and keeping their own bank." End quotation.
Okay, thank you.
Because I didn't
Thank you
say
very
that.
much. Okay, so that was the motive. There was a motive. Okay,
That
because for my child to be a certain age and wasn't even here when Tupac was around to even write a letter that way, nah, I'm taunting my daughter about how much I miss and love this man.
well, she probably missing love that thug life. Like Will was not a thug. She went with what was safe for her life, and that's why her son
So
wears
whose
boy
fault is
dresses.
that? Whose fault
But
is that?
you know,
There's a
um,
lot of things that were dysfunctional in the whole thing. I'm not going to speak on them, but I would like
they
to,
was
but I
a
don't want to
power
cause no.
couple.
Yeah, they the power couple, but it's certain things that they would do with their kids that their kids would show you that they don't like. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
I,
overboard.
I
You
don't pay
know,
enough attention.
still overboard. Just a lot of
I
things.
just know that the boy
And
wears a
and,
lot of
and and
dresses.
did you catch the last thing at the table talk, the red table talk?
I have not. Do you have a
Yes,
clip of
yes.
it?
I have a couple clips, but we can get penalized for playing clips. I rather say,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah,
Say, say.
but I rather say I got it directly from the table talk while
Okay.
she was talking to a guest that was on the show, her daughter, and her mama, saying that her grandmother taught her how to please herself at 9 years old.
Okay. Okay. Oh, oh,
So the reason her grandmother so-called taught her how to please herself at 9 years old was because she would know if a man would know how to handle her when a man uh,
okay. So,
apprehended
so,
her. I don't know. Child.
so did Jada's mom express any rage about her mom teaching
I
her?
guess not, because the mama had at a young age, and I guess she was the mama's the grandmother's responsibility because the mother had a young age. But to me, that's a sign of child molestation, to be showing somebody at 9 years old to please themselves. That is a child.
Yeah, that is.
That right there is like you molested your own grandchild to me. You understand what I'm saying?
and
Okay, at nine, she
I
calls it her mother, her grandmother. She calls it her grandmother taught her how to pleasure herself. That's what it's
like,
called
how
to her.
did your grandmother show you that? I can't even
That I don't
imagine.
understand that. Yeah, how?
My eyes are closed because I can't understand what that is like.
And then the way she talks about it, like it's okay, it's all right. But you're telling your daughter this, and how I just wonder what goes through her daughter's mind, like the things that you're exposing her to as a young girl. What are you raising? You understand? What's her mental gonna be like? Just think
I'm
about
so
that shit.
glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that because just keeping this all in full circle, this is all tied into mental
Mental
health.
health. Yes.
All of it. The young lady killing her boyfriend, the war that's going on, uh, Jada and this manipulative state that she's in with Will. All these different patterns of mental uh, illness, mental confusion. It's really coming to a boil. So to see Will's reaction, it just shows that at some point people boil over. The gentleman who shot up the people in the train station. You understand what I'm saying? All these mental issues that people are dealing with come to a boil, and no matter
How
what
long? How many years
class.
go by? Is you may not forget it. It may never leave you because it may still affect you if you don't learn how to control it. You understand what I'm saying? And there is a way to control it. But what I'm saying is for children, our children, like come on. And I'm gonna still stay on Jada. And I wanna ask, like, what are you doing to your daughter in the whole interim of this whole situation, this red table talk? Like, and I sometimes wonder, does her daughter really speak her mind all the time? Or is she confused? Because
The
I
red
know
table
she's
talk
smart.
is
I
the red
know her
table
daughter
talk
is
is
smart,
I have
but
money, so I can sit here and talk to my family, and we make money about talking
do you
about our
know
shit.
her daughter said that she was okay with having, being in a situation with men and women? Or man, or just, yeah, like the situation. What's that called? What they call it?
Polygamy,
Yeah, polygamy.
that she doesn't mind living in a polyamorous
Yeah,
relationship.
yes.
Well, I mean, again, see. So one thing I want to be clear or steer away from is statements of judgment when referring to these issues, because I don't live in that world, and the world that I'm talking about is the world that they live in, where they live, and I'm sure that it's a class thing. It really is, because there are a lot of people who do not have the financial freedom that they have, who live these lives, and it's not too much of a big deal because they're not in the limelight. However, um, Will Smith's mental illness boiling over to a point where he physically went up and assaulted someone in front of freaking God, in front of the world. Like, some things are done behind closed doors, which is why they got away with killing Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. You understand what I'm saying? Because they had to talk with these dudes behind the door, put them out in front, and they went to jail, and everybody who's really responsible for it, we got away. This dude did this in front of everybody, and I guess in his mind, his ego, everything took over, and that was his only um response, was in his mind, was protect my wife, and he didn't concern himself with the consequences that were going to follow. That's
Hmm.
what I truly believe.
We're gonna play this clip real quick, okay?
Oh, I love you, Instagram. But you guys will get the full show later. My phone is dying. Thank you for joining me. Get on YouTube. Global Music Entertainment. Subscribe. I don't know if you guys could hear it. I couldn't hear it, but the clip looked really action packed.
Oh, you couldn't hear it?
No, no, there was no sound.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm. Oh, hold on. So was there sound earlier when we was playing everything? Probably didn't have
Yes,
no
yes,
sound,
there
anything.
was sound earlier
Oh,
when the music video was playing. Yes, there was.
yeah. So basically, I don't know. They was just talking about. I'm echoing in the back over there. You got me on something else? I don't know. So, can you hear me?
I can.
Yes. So basically, they were talking about. He was talking about how his mother's still seeing Augustina.
I think also this whole public display of their your this whole public display of their business is it's a little daunting
That's
on
what
the
I'm
kid.
saying.
know, that's hard to have all of your life, everything put out there. Your infidelities, that's it's hard enough to deal with it on a one-on-one basis. Just imagine having to deal with the world's opinion in your marriage.
I'm just like, I'm bothered by her even saying, like I told you, that he shouldn't have smacked Chris Rock. And she came on television and she's saying it on her Red Table Talk and wherever the hell she want to say it. I just think that is throwing your husband off under the. I don't care. I understand it going through stuff at home. Do we have to let the world know we're going through shit though?
Did she say, I don't agree with it, but he now you know not to talk about me,
She
my
said
man
that.
about that business.
She said that. She didn't say it
No,
like
I
that.
was asking, did she say,
It wasn't said like that. No, it was said, "Oh, he shouldn't have done that."
all right, and then after she said he shouldn't have done that, she followed it up like, but that's my man, and he did what he had to do for me.
For real, that's what she said. You
No,
heard
that was
that?
a question for you.
No, I don't know. I didn't see that part. I did not see that part. Okay.
All right, I'm just making sure.
I did not see that part.
So, what is the conflict? The conflict you're having is the fact that okay, let's not say she. Your conflict is that you felt that she gave him sort of an eyes warning on to do something or to react, and then she threw him under the bus once he did that. Is that what you're saying? All right, well, you know what? I think we should take a brief intermission and let our audience just ponder on these questions. Three things. Should we help the Ukrainians with this financial war that they're having, even though they're treating people that look like us real shitty.
Yes.
Do you think Jada was wrong for saying that? I'm sorry, her husband was wrong for defending her. We're gonna take a brief intermission. Can we run some of that dope music? And we want to know what you think when we come back.
And let's see what we got for you guys. Let's see what we got for you guys. I wasn't ready, but we'll be ready with y'all. I wasn't ready. Yeah, so it's a rainy day, and so you guys, if you want to come in, join the conversation, go to YouTube, and you can look in the chat and click the link to call in and be on the show to talk what's on your mind and how you feel about the topic. All right? If you know what I mean. Um, Monique stepped away. She left me alone. Yeah, we're gonna take it to let's go.
You know your loving drives me crazy. I really wanna be your lady. You know I wanna be your lady. Yeah. Oh, you know your loving drives me crazy. I really wanna be your lady. You know I wanna be your lady. The mood you got me in has me feeling a different type of special. You don't look at her the way you look at me. You make me feel like I'm the one. Constantly you're on my mind. Sometimes I even want to call you, but I can't find the strength within myself to say the words to you. You know you drive me crazy, crazy, crazy. You know you drive me crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, you know you drive me crazy. I really wanna be your lady. You know I wanna be your lady. Yeah.
Marcus.
I can be the woman you need. I love you the way you need to be loved. I wanna feel your touch. Damn, you are my mind too much. Constantly I want to love you. Every time I see you walking down the street and your eyes look into mine. Every night I lay my head on my pillow. You know your love it drives me crazy. You know it drives me crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, you know your love it drives me crazy. I really wanna be your lady. You know I wanna be your lady. Oh, you know your love it drives me crazy. I really wanna be your lady. You know I wanna be your lady. The mood you got me in has me feeling different So tired with myself thinking about you. Look at me, look at you, look at me, look at you, baby. Baby, your love is driving me crazy, crazy, crazy. Your love is driving me crazy, crazy, crazy. And everything you know that's ooh, you know your love is driving crazy. I really wanna be your lady. You know I wanna be your lady. Oh, you know your love is driving crazy. I really wanna be your lady. You know I wanna be your lady. You know it's driving me, it's driving me, it's driving me so crazy, 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 crazy. You drive me crazy, crazy, ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Sitting here one day, couldn't wait till you got home. Looking at the clock, it's about 4 more hours left.
It's so black, production, baby. It's so black, production, baby.
Hello, in love. Hello, in love. Many people been many places searching for love, they can't find it. No, I've been in my spots, not looking for love, but I know I want it one day. I've seen a young man I found very attractive. Seems like we're getting along fine. All I want from him is love. I don't need no cars, no house. All I need is some support from his heart, yeah. I don't see no house, no keys, no cars. All I see is love, 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 love. Many people been many places searching up and down for love. Many people been many places searching for love, they can't find it. That love, love, that strong, strong love. I said that love, 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 that strong, strong love. Many people been many places searching flying low for love.
It's so black productions, baby.
Ooh, your love, it drives me crazy. I really wanna be your lady. You know I wanna be your lady. Yeah. Ooh, you know your love, it drives me crazy. I really wanna be your lady.
Yeah, we
You
back.
know I want.
We back. We back. We back. We back. Unmute yourself.
I'm over here singing my song.
Type of
I was singing my song,
special.
y'all.
You don't
We
look
are back.
at the way you look at me.
Ow, that's the live version, y'all.
Constantly you're on my mind. I even want to call you.
Yeah, I just had to let you get that out. You know, you can't stop that type of greatness. You know what I mean? You gotta
Mm.
leave that be. So, really fast, jumping back into this, we left y'all with some questions about the conflicts that we have brought to you tonight. You know, should we be a part of that support system that is helping out the Ukraine? Um, is Jada wrong for throwing her mans under the bus? For saying that he was wrong for slapping the dude that made a not so bad joke, just an observant joke about her appearance. Was he wrong for doing that? We all know he was wrong, but was she wrong for not standing behind him and saying, "Yep, he did it. That's mine's, all mine's." So, did y'all have some thoughts about this? What did we get during the intermission?
I guess people are afraid to call in. We have watchers. We have people
It's all right.
watching.
It's all right. You don't
Mm.
have to weigh in on these things. Listen. Like I told y'all, we are just getting back. So this is good. We have you guys interested. Um, Again, it's about thinking, having that information so that you can go out there and say, hey, yeah, I heard this the other day and I just want to do my own research. We got to do our own research. We can't just rely on what we hear on this thing called the internet, because you never know. Be like, yeah, because he said and they said and nobody knows how it got
Now I go
said.
directly to the red table where the people own the table
So there
and
you
they're
have it.
talking.
Have direct sources like my producer Suki Sook, okay? Be able to say, yes, you can go here and see this, what I saw. And that is
Came straight
worth
out the
you.
horse's mouth.
Okay. I do, however, want to, before we,
You guys can
wrap
call
this.
in. Hey, LA.
Hey, LA.
LA's channel. Yes, you guys could call in and do the stream yard. Click the link. You know, yes. Chanel, was that Chanel? Was it say Chanel? LA Chanel?
Yes. Hey, LA. So I was just getting ready to uh just state really fast with the whole mental health issue.
Mm-hmm.
I had the pleasure of going to a book reading and a book signing this weekend. And as you guys know, whenever we have a show or um, whenever we're just talking about things that matter, I always have a piece of literature that I like to tie into our issues at hand. However, um, this piece of literature that I'm going to bring to you right now is a little bit off the rails when it comes to the topics that we were discussing tonight. However,
Okay.
however, the book that I'm going to bring to you in a second does speak to a system of destruction that can lead to these mental issues that we, I guess, allow to fester inside of us and then take on a life of its own once we hit a certain age and we are able to do what we want to do when we want to do it. Um, and it was really good to me. And the book is called Torn Apart. Can you guys see it? By Dorothy Roberts. Okay, and I'm just going to read this in caption here. It says, how the child welfare system destroys black families and how abolition can build a safer world. So I was a little bit interested about the abolition part. So that's why I was like, I'm going to read that and see what that whole part is about. But I do realize that with the whole child welfare system, it creates a generation of kids with stigmas. Okay. Whether the stigma happens starting in the home that this child welfare comes into, or the stigma can start to happen after the child has been removed from the home and they go to all these different holding houses and things like that, where they're just pretty much put with random people that have at will with these kids, with sometimes next to minimum visits from the agencies,
Family members.
and where there are visible things, and this is conflict Mondays, y'all, so we talking about all the conflicts, okay? And I am really conflicted with that. We had this kid Gabriel who was clearly being abused by his mother, and they kept saying we wanted to keep the family together, but y'all knew this kid was being hurt, and they allowed him to die. There are a lot of children that they allowed to die, and then it's so sad because they go into the homes of kids who actually need their ass whipped because they ain't got no business doing what they doing, and they harass those mothers. They go hard on those mothers. You know what I mean? So it's really a backward system. Um, this backward system builds people with mental in inner, you know, mental issues that are in them already from childhood. You know what I mean? Um, Again, this platform is for all conflicts of any nature. I hope that Will and Jada find a common ground in this whole relationship thing that they have going on. Unfortunately, because they're in the public eye, um those things are really, really, I guess, magnified. You know what I mean? um there was a lack of child welfare in that home at some point, and because you have money, child welfare, they think because you have money you don't need child welfare. So I don't know. This is a whole system. It's something else we'll tap into later, on conflict Mondays. What do you think about, Suk? What do you think about that?
Well, I've been in the system. I'm one of the children that's been taken to those warehouses waiting for somebody to pick you up or waiting for a family to have available space for you to go into. Sometimes going into a different nationality of families where you don't even understand what they're saying to you. Also, and sometimes going under the hands of abuse as well. So I was lucky because the last foster home I went in was my last one and the best one for me. So I was fortunate towards the end, you know. But there's a lot of other children who are not as fortunate as me, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
As a little girl, I remember this lady named Cookie. She actually took me to get my first tattoo. She had a little girl, and she was a white lady, and I was like, how she got this black daughter? But she had a black husband. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thought it just went together. I was like, I don't know. Gonna find out the little girl was a foster kid, and she used to really beat this girl bad. And I used to be like,
Mhm.
but I was young and I didn't know what to say or should I say.
Mhm.
Um, and it's so sad how even now, when I, as a grown up, I think about those times that I could have probably prevented a child from being beat, or I was actually a child abuser in
Yeah.
New York for a time because I chose to discipline my son, and I wasn't a real child abuser. It's just that my son was light, and he bared the witness of a very good butt whooping that he needed, and
Yep.
he is awesome today. So kudos to the butt whooping, but there was
Hmm.
no abuse, you know.
Girl, I
So
used to get it called. People used to just call it on me, call ACS on me because it was mad. If I
oh,
didn't give them some money, they'll call ACS on me. If I didn't, so after a while they had to put a red flag up when people call and talk about something. I went to court and spoke to the judge, told him something has to give because they keep calling it, calling it, calling it. One day I told him take the kids, take them. They says no, we can't just take them like that. Oh, so I'm telling you, either take them or don't come back. What you gonna do? You understand? Because you keep coming on these calls. Sometimes people call them and for the hell of it, just to be mischievous to people. But the kids that really need it is not getting called. You know,
I
they're not
agree.
getting called. Okay, so
I agree.
that topic is very touchy and emotional for me at times. But I've seen it all with that as far as that when it comes to children being in the system, um, and the different homes they be in. Sometimes you be down the block from another foster child from another foster home, and sometimes you wind up knowing the people. You understand? Maybe you was younger. That happens. You run into other kids that go into the system from your neighborhood. Sometimes they all wind up in a different neighborhood, but it's the same neighborhood, same church. That's happened to me. So
It's so funny. I had foster sister and brothers, and we used to meet their parents at this place called St. Joseph's in Brooklyn. I think it's St. Joseph's on the corner in Brooklyn, like right across from Borough
oh yeah,
Hall.
plus St. Joseph's. Yep, I used to be there.
Yeah, I remember
To
that
go
age.
there. They used to take us there when we was younger. That's where we used to go meet. It was downtown Brooklyn.
Yeah, I remember that. And
Mhm.
and thank you, Jesus, God, Yeshua. I've never
Mhm.
been in the foster system. I just remember going there as a young child and meeting up with my sister's and brother's mother
Oh, okay,
and another
okay,
sister that they had.
okay,
Sister
okay.
used to come and meet us there. Really
Mhm.
deep stuff. Um,
You'd be
but
surprised.
and so I'm sorry I had to take it to it. I got a sick husband and a sick baby. So, like life is happening, and we take it as it comes. Every day there are conflicts that we are faced with. And I think that it is awesome to be able to have a space to come and talk about those conflicts and how they are affecting us. I would like to shout out one awesome chick, Amanda Seals, because she talks about some of the most awesome is topics, and I want everyone to just kind of check her out because she is something to be reckoned with, and she deserves all the support that we can give her because she is a black voice and it deserves to be
Hey
protected.
Amanda, hey, welcome, welcome. Shout
Yes,
out to you.
it deserves to be protected. So, Suki, do you have
Mhm.
anything else for Conflict Mondays?
I think I've said it all tonight. You know, it's just I get, I get riled up. I get riled up as if the problem is my problem sometimes. And it's not my problem; it's somebody else's problem. But it's just I don't know. I get this feeling like I'm just wondering, like I know people go through things in relationships. You understand? But maybe I'm soft. You know what I'm saying? Because I said maybe I'm soft to feel sorry for Will. You understand? Am I soft?
I mean, I don't think so. I think you understand the parameters of mental illness, and you can empathize with the level he may have been at, and all the while understanding that that is not an excuse for us to lose control.
Yeah, it's not. And then sometimes you have people around you, especially the ones that you love deeply, and you have so much you're trying to prove to them. You understand? They will be the ones to put you in the hole. You understand? So it's you have to be careful on how much strongly you holding that loved one in your heart after they've done so much to hurt your heart. I'm not saying maybe you did things to hurt their heart, but you didn't bring it out in the opening like they did. You understand? So it's just, to me, it's different. It's different, and that's all I gotta say is like, somebody that you in a relationship, you are married. What y'all go through should be sacred between y'all two. You understand what I'm saying? It shouldn't go outside of that. You know, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. And people don't think before they do things. That's another thing. It's very important to think before you get into a situation, even an entanglement. Think about it. Think about how many ways this could hurt you or the person you're dealing with. If you're not ready to step off and go on your own, don't do it. Don't do it. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes the one that's being the loyalist, you're getting the karma so quick. You're getting the karma so quick because your partner's being so loyal to you and trying to do their best to be with you. And you just out there messing up, messing up. Your karma comes so quick. Be
Oh,
careful who you hurting.
I love that. On that note, we're going to keep those words in our minds. Be careful who you hurt, because karma will come quick. Thank you guys for joining us on Get Low Mo. Thank you to my producer, Suki Sook. It has been one awesome pleasure having you here. Please
Thank
join
you.
us again. Um,
Yes, I'll try.
uh, in the future about these different issues because your voice really matters.
Mhm.
We will send out information for Wednesday's show. Join us again. We'll get Lomo where we're gonna have some awesome topic. I'm not gonna give it up right now because you can't hear it. So thank you again and good night from
Love
Global.
you, baby.
Good night.
Good night.